All right, now I'm going to show you how to create an EADMS assessment. I know I talk fast, but that's the beauty of the video, right? So we can go back and forth as much as we need to. All right, so you're going to go into testing and create a test. Then from there, you're going to want to make sure you change this. It is not a district benchmark. If it's for your grade level, make it a site test. You know, you can also share the test ID with other grade levels if it's a really good vocab test or something, right? Okay, so now I'm going to go over here and make it a teacher test. And I'm going to say I want this for 3rd grade. Okay, so then here you're going to name the test, and there's no right and wrong way. I'm just going to say this is, let's say, vocabulary. Let's say I just looked at iStation data, and I need to work on some vocabulary. So I'm going to say vocabulary assessment, November 2016. Over here, you need to give it a short name. So I'm going to say ELA 3, 11, 16 vocab. Something like that, okay? I want it online only, and now I'm going to create the test from the item bank, okay? Hopefully you're with me on this. All right, so now I'm going back, and I'm going to say over here, I want to search 3rd grade, and the standard I'm going to look for is vocabulary. Okay, so I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to say spelling patterns, reference materials, use context clues. This is a good one. Okay, and there's 15 in here. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to just, you can choose informational text or whatever you want. I'm just going to leave it blank for right now. Leave it on any. Item type, if you want it to be the 2-part EBSR where they answer in one part and then they support it in the next. Multiple select where there's more than one correct answer if they need practice on that. So that's where you get all of this. So I'm going to go show items. And here's all of my items that I can pick. So if you want to look at the passage, here's the passage, and you can just reference that. Okay, so let's say, what is the best definition of the words sank in? Okay, so again, it's very good context clues. So let's say, and here you have to support why you picked that, right? That's the EBSR. I like that one. It's a good question. Let's say down here, this is just a multiple choice. What does the word world mean? I like that one. Let's say down here, which word means the same as grip? That's a synonym. It's another good one. Now here, what you might want to notice is there's this test into the, this passage into the woods, skylark. Let me see, the big idea. So if you don't want to have multiple stories that they're reading, I'm going to go back a step and show you what you do under passage. I can see that how many questions with that standard are in that passage. So they all have like one question. I'm going to do the Oregon Trail because it's got at least 2 questions with that one. And again, here's the story and here's the questions. So I'm going to pick both of those. So it's just one story for 2 questions. Add all checked. Now I've got my 2 questions over here. Now I want to pick my other passage that had 2 questions, and that was chocolate from start to finish, my kind of story. Okay, so I'm going to pick on this one, and I'm going to go down, and I have these drink holders are covered with fancy illustrations. Which of the following sentences does fancy have the same meaning? I like that question. And then down here, civilization, human, I like that question. So now I've got 4 questions, 2 stories. I hope that's making sense, okay? When you're done with that, you're going to need to pay attention to these IDs, okay? Super important. So I'm going to go to step 2. All right, now I've got a draft ID. You're going to need to save this, okay? Because when you need to go back and edit it before you finalize it, there's too many tests in the database, so you're going to need to look yours up by ID. You can always move these around if you want to have these ones go first. Let's say the Oregon Trail and the chocolate from start to finish is here. Let's say I want this story to go first, and then you update the item order. and then you can always add more. And you can see over here what it's going to look like for the kids. Then I'm going to hit save and finish. I'm going to hit finalize. Now here you can see you can have other people be the owner, other people can manage it, so you can change that so your whole team can contribute to this test, okay? So I'm going to hit OK. And now it's going to tell you to schedule it. It's not ready yet, okay? Now you have a test ID, an actual test ID. It's very much like the test IDs you get when you give a benchmark, okay? So you need to have this. So here I'm going to do the test ID. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to schedule the test. All right, I want it to be November 2016, and I want it to start on Monday, and I want it to end on Friday. That's my window. And I want it to be online only. When I'm done with all of that, make sure you change this. Otherwise, your kids won't have access. So change it to online options, hit select. And then down here, we're going to pick Triple Crown. I'm going to pick a grade 3. And I want it for all of the class. I'm going to add a student group. So now you can see Triple Crown 3rd graders will all have access to this test. And I'm going to hit save. All right, so that's it. Now, between November 14th and 18th, using this test ID, the students can go online in 3rd grade at Triple Crown, and they can take that online assessment, and then you can pull reports. So there you go. If you want to delete the test when you're done, just hit delete, delete the test, and there you go. But that's pretty much how you take a test. Not too hard. Thanks for watching.